Hello everyone, welcome back to Jenna Knits. My name is Jenna and I like knitting. Today it's going to be a little bit more of a vloggy episode. We are taking a family trip to Savannah, Georgia to check out one yarn shop, and then we have to go to a couple card shops as well. So we're starting off the morning by getting some bagels because those are essential today, and then I'll take you guys on a little adventure. I do have a new project that I plan on casting on either today or tomorrow. This is an impulse one with some chunky yarn so that I could have that instant gratification, since I have been working with size 4 needles on merino and mohair. I need something easier to take off the needles, little quick project. So I will show you all, of course, the yarn that I end up getting, and then the sweater that I'm going to be making. I found the pattern on Etsy and I think it's super cute. So today you guys are just going to come on an adventure with us, and hopefully you have a good time. Hopefully we have a good time. I don't know, it's the first outing with both children. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. All right, breakfast and coffees have been achieved. It's time to go pick up the boys and the baby and head to Georgia.
Give a whoosh smile.
Yes. He's putting gas in the car, babe. How is he doing? I think he's doing good. How do you think he's doing? Starting to get really hungry. Where are we going right now? Where are we going? Savannah. Can you say it really loud?
Savannah!
What you looking at, bud? What are we eating for lunch?
Pizza!
You want to get it? There you go. Oh, yeah.
Are you stuck? We just got back from Savannah, and one, I shouldn't have gone. It was way too much walking for my situation and surgery. We ended up walking like all over the place. But I was excited to finally go to the Frayed Knot. I've been wanting to go there for a couple of years. It's a pretty small yarn shop, but they did have a lot of options. And so this is the impulse sweater I'm going to be making. The Spicula Sweater? Spicula? I don't know how to say it, but it's really beautiful. It's knit with a chunky yarn, and it's got that really beautiful cabling detail that goes all the way from the collar down to the yoke and all that good stuff. And it just looked very tasteful and pretty. And this year, I really, really wanted a cream or oatmeal type sweater. I'm also wanting that instant gratification of a chunky yarn sweater. So I think it actually calls for bulky, which I think is different than chunky. So whatever. This is what I ended up getting. I got the Barocco. I'm going to butcher these because I don't know yarn names, okay? But this is the Mercado, and the color is cream. Color 4101, and it is 100% Peruvian Highland wool. So I got this beautiful color, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm starting off with about three hanks. I'm just gonna see how far this gets me. She did tell me that this is something she always keeps in stock because I guess in Savannah, SCAD is there, school art and design. SCAD is very big around here in this area. We don't live in Savannah, but we don't live very far from Savannah, so like, you know, this is I guess a really popular yarn for them. I don't know why it would be, but it is. It feels really nice, super, super squishy, and I think it will be absolutely perfect for our cooler months. So I'm starting off with 3. I'll go back and get more if I want to. I also have talked to my yarn shop about all of the yarns that are just out of stock in the world. So I'm still waiting on my Lang Liza cream. Apparently that one is out of stock until like the 15th of November. So I am on a wait list for that, 2 different yarn shops to see which one can get it to me first. And then that's for my Swift tank. I tried looking for the green Rowan tweed. I was trying to think of my other one. The green Rowan tweed. They didn't have it at Frayed Knot, so I need to go back to my other yarn shop, my more localized one, to see if she's got any more. If not, I'll have to order that one online. Hopefully that one's in stock. But I will show you real quick progress report on my self-drafted knitting fur olive petite knit sweater. It's looking absolutely gorgeous. I'm like so thrilled with how this is turning out. So how stinking cute is that? How stinking cute is that? I keep going back and forth on whether or not I want to roll the collar, but I'll make that decision at the very end. I'm really getting into the body. It's looking like something, and I'm thrilled that it is looking like something. I am running low on yarn for this guy. I have a lot left, but we're starting to get into the donut world, and yeah, so the body should be done in just a couple of days. But yeah, the card store was super, super cool. I've been there a bunch of times. I always like looking at the Studio Ghibli stuff that they have, and my husband sells Pokemon cards, so he went in there to kind of see how much he can make off of some of those, like, you know, non-valuable Pokemon cards, and he did pretty good. So we walked around, and then we took a little snack break. We walked around downtown a little bit. It was beautiful out this morning. It was like 60 degrees this morning, so I was wearing Cameron's sweater, and then I get home and I check the weather to see what's going to be in Savannah, and it's going to be 90 degrees. So I've changed my clothes like 3 times because when I got home I was just so sweaty. And then of course I'm buying wool. Like, it's almost Thanksgiving, and well, it's almost Halloween, and it's still 90 degrees outside. So I've got a while before I can wear this, but I will be at least wearing it inside and being super cozy. So I am hoping to have this one done by Thanksgiving. I feel like I will have it done by Thanksgiving because it is going to work up so quickly. Like, just look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. And this was about $11 a hank, I think is what she said. So I spent like $35 with tax today. Not too shabby. They had some really, really beautiful things in there. Really cool, like variegated mohairs, which I don't know what I would do with that. It's not something I would buy, but it was very interesting to look at and to touch. So they had things that were very, very, very different than my local shop, and they also set up the shop completely different, so that was very disorienting. So my shop here in the town that I live in, which I won't tell you, but the town I live in, our local shop is amazing. The owner is amazing, and she does everything by weight. So she sections everything by weight and by brand. So all the brands, like all the Rowan tweeds are together, and all of this and this and this and this are together. You know, like everything matches and it's a little bit more cohesive. Whereas the Frayed Knot was all color coordinated, and which of course looks aesthetically pleasing. You know, of course that always looks beautiful, but it was all color coordinated, and it went from the weights from the top to the bottom. So it was like lace fingering up top all the way down to super chunky at the bottom, and it was a little bit confusing to figure out what you were looking for because all the brands were like mixed into these slots, and it wasn't just all of Rowan together, all of this brand together, all of that brand together. They were like spaced all over in different pockets. So that was a little bit confusing. I had to keep asking like where things were. The only things that were together was knitting for Olive, which I feel like there must be some kind of deal with. If you're going to display, you have to display it a certain way. There has to be, because it was the only one that like made sense and wasn't color coordinated with this wall that was where all of their yarns were. So that was kind of disorienting, a little bit weird. I didn't love that because it was hard to find what I was looking for, and also hard to find, like, I felt it like it made it more confusing to match yarns together, which is why I just decided to go with one color. But I am very happy with my purchase. I can't wait to get this on. I really wanted a cable cream sweater this year, and even though this is a very minimal cabled sweater, it still counts, because guess what? I'm using cables. It counts as a cabled knit. I'm not doing something as extravagant as, like, what is it called? The storm sweater or something. That might be something I do in a couple of years when my children are a little bit older and I have the brain space open up for something as complex as that. I will say I am getting very bored of stockinette, but I don't care. That's just what it is. Like, that's why I want to cast on something new to keep my things fresh. And also working with the smaller needles and the smaller yarn is kind of acting up my arthritis a little bit in my right hand. So I think going a little bit chunkier will make it a little bit nicer on my fingers. But for right now, I do still have the 3 whips on. This one I'm making a lot of good progress on. The other 2 I'm waiting on yarn. So this one will be fun to work up. I am also going to be frogging some of my anchor sweater, because now that I don't have my big pregnant belly and my swelling is going down, I don't love how it fits. So I've been currently looking at videos on how to take apart an already completed sweater without completely ruining it, and I'm very scared about it. I had a couple people in one of my previous videos suggest that with like my skirt, because I regret not doing more of an elastic bind off and making it just a smidge longer. And then my shawl I wish was longer, and now so I was pregnant when I knit my shawl too, because it was the first thing I ever knit, and that was when I was pregnant with Jack. And then my anchor sweater is the first sweater I ever knit, and I was pregnant with Olivia. So maybe I just need to, that's the last time I'm going to be pregnant, and I'm not even going to knock on wood because it's the last time I'm going to be pregnant. It's just too cropped. It's just way too cropped, and because it rides up as well, it becomes even more cropped. Like when I lift my arms, it's like, whoa. So I think it's silly to buy a pair of jeans for one specific sweater. And I'm not buying jeans right now because I want to be cozy and I want to be able to wear my sweater. So I have some leftover Rowan tweed in that navy blue, and so what I'm going to attempt to do at some point next week is frog it back, hopefully add some length to the sweater so that I can get a little bit more use out of it. I like having a cropped sweater, but this one, it was just too cropped. It was like you gave up on this sweater is what it looked like. It didn't look like, oh, that's a cute cropped sweater. It was like you just gave up and didn't feel like finishing it. That's how I felt wearing it. So that is all I have to say. I've just been playing with this yarn. The more I touch it, the more I like it. So I'm glad that I'm just sitting here fiddling with it. I hope you guys enjoy coming to Savannah with me. If you've been to Savannah before and you know of any other yarn shops, let me know, because I like going to Savannah. I didn't love where the Frayed Knot was. It took us like 20 minutes to find parking. I hate driving in Savannah, so if you have any other yarn shops, let me know. Also in Charleston too, we're kind of like sandwiched between those two cities. So if you know of any yarn shops in Charleston too, we do have to go there pretty soon. So maybe I'll do another vlog style video, if you like this one, another vloggy style video of me checking out some yarn shops up in Charleston. I feel like they would have some cool things up there. I don't know. So if you're in the South Carolina, Georgia area, please let me know some of your favorite yarn stores. Ones that I really like my favorite one around here is Shrimp and Knits, and I really like the Frayed Knot. Coastal Knitting was another really good one, but they unfortunately shut down earlier this year, like a couple months ago, so they are no longer, which that was like my home, my knitting home. That's where I first learned how to knit, my first lesson and everything, so that was a bummer when they shut down. But there's a couple shops around here that are really, really awesome and have amazing owners and staff and stuff. So please let me know which shops you like in this type of area. And yeah, that's it. I don't know. I have nothing else to say. My brain is fried. I'm going to go take a shower and then probably take a nap. But I'll see you guys in the next one. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And thank you so much. I have officially passed 200 subscribers, which is wild to me. Loving the growth, loving having you all here. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.